Good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to the Biafran family. Good morning to the world, and good morning to Africans, including Europe. My wonderful people, I bumped into this podcast from Omoyele Sowore with Nedu Wazobia, Nedu the world, and husband material. And I said this is a kind of news I need to bring to the platform of my platform, rather to say, so that my audience will also get hold of it. And according to the headline they used in this message, it said Nnamdi Kanu never wanted Biafrans to leave Nigeria. Well, initially, yes, it is true. What Nnamdi Kanu started agitation, when he started agitation, rather to say, when Wazirike was arrested and detained, he started it based on the ground that let my people live. Treat my people like first-class citizens that they are. Stop marginalization, because marginalization is what caused that war. Now, Igbos have been always marginalized, courtesy of UK. Now, God will punish UK. UK economy must collapse because these people have done really. They have committed abominable acts against against God and against the land of Biafra. Let me forget about the land of the zoo. Since they turn Nigeria to their Niger company, where they extract any kind of raw material they needed to develop their country, they put confusion in the so-called Zogeria. Yes, UK is the reason why this amalgamation under forceful, under gunpoint, they forced our grandfathers, our grandparents to sign something that they don't know, and they call it amalgamation, forceful marriage. So Nnamdi Kanu started the agitation on the ground that the Igbos are being marginalized. Exactly what caused the 1967 genocidal war against the Biafrans. Nnamdi Kanu come out on the basis that treat my people equally the same way you treat other people. You cannot take You cannot take a minority and give them power. Then the people who are the majority, who even fights for this so-called one Nigeria, they are the Igbos. Igbos developed outside of their own territory more than they developed their own. How many of our Igbo billionaires can boast of having companies in the Biafra land or in the Igbo land? How many of them? Not that they call it Okamanama. It is never so. After the war, they said no victor, no vanquished. And Gowon promised the 3R. And Igbo think that they are dealing with people, not knowing that they are dealing with animals who have no any sense, who don't have any brain, who don't have any regard for human lives. Killers. Igbos jump out with the 20 pounds they gave to them. That is how they started traveling. Some travel to Panya, which is the current day Equatorial Guinea. And they begin to make use of their God-given brain to make things happen, because people who have millions of pounds are being denied their money, and they were given only 20 pounds. Don't make sure that they keep them down. Don't make sure that they treat them as slaves in their own country, in their own land. But they gathered those money, went out there. The place that they have, they can use that 20 pounds to develop. That is how Igbo started traveling. That's how, they have started traveling before, but this is how they started investment outside their own territory. This is how they started developing other people's lands. And they use the 20 pounds, gather them as many as they can. Maybe if you come in your village, 5 or 6 people get the 20 pounds. You gather it and give it to one person, and all of you will travel together. While the person stand there as Oga, other ones will be doing boy, and that is how the boy started. You understand? And they're making use of it. As they are growing that money, they are developing the city, the state where they find themselves. Because we Igbos believe that anywhere you are happy, that is your home. But those other religion believe on that, they didn't. Hausa man will carry his cow, carry his onions, carry fish, carry beans, carry rice from the north down to the east. Sold everything finish. He will pack that money like that and go back and go and invest in his own land, his own region. But Igbo man can never think of that. Igbo man believes that wherever he make the money, he need to also develop that place. So Nnamdi Kanu, Sowore is right on this regard. But when he held that interview with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it was rather late because he said it, they didn't. When Buhari arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 2015, that is the conditions he gave to them. Let my people live. Treat my people equally. Let there be a functioning seaport of international standard. Let there be a functioning international airport in the whole southeastern part of the country. Let there be railway. Sorry. Let our federal, state roads be functioning well. And let my people live. They granted him bail. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to his own brothers and sisters. He went to a meeting with all the whole Southeast governors. After the meeting, behold, that is when they know that they will unleash their military upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are telling me that those people who unleash that military is the Fulani government of Nigeria. I know that they are the one that they have the power at the central. But who orchestrated that, or who called Buhari and Buratai to unleash military on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's residence? Nandi Igbo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never wanted Igbo to exceed Nigeria initially, but when he had a conversation with Sowore, it is rather too late. Anyway, let us listen and hear it from the horse's mouth. Nnamdi Kanu never wanted to go. Never wanted Biafra to break out of Nigeria. That is the subject of the day. Please make sure you like this message, you share it, you comment on it, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. After this message, then we are going to dissect the comment section and know what our people think concerning this matter. But for Nigeria and UK, they must surely pay for all the atrocities they committed against our land, against our people, and they are still committing up to date. Please, don't say I talk too much, because let us go there.
The people who also always win write history. Yes. You are never going to get, for instance, the correct history of the Biafran War, because it was mostly written by the guys who won the war. Body that lacks any sense of consciousness would ignore social movements.
YouTube, for record purposes, any background music that have been played on this video, I have no right to the copyright of it. This is just a recorded video. I'm not playing any music on my own background. So please take note.
That is the problem with Nigerian leadership. You cannot have a country in which there are 251 tribes or language, and one big section says we are not satisfied with here, and you don't talk to them, you don't understand them, then you are not a leader of that country. The reason I met him was to understand first what his struggle was about, which I knew already. And secondly, to also advise him on the way that I think we could all work together. And thirdly, to send a message to the Nigerian people that we can work through our differences, even at these levels. And I was surprised that, contrary to what some people are saying, he did not want Nigeria to break up. He wanted a Nigeria where the Igbo man can survive. But for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu, from what you understand from the meeting with him, he does not want Nigeria to break, to divide.
No, he said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. But he gave his conditions. We live streamed the meeting now. It's online.
Okay.
And part of it was live streamed. Some of them were private. But he said that he feels that if Nigeria were to respect certain protocols, including a referendum inserted in the constitution, and he still says it even now in court, that if he's released, he will go back and end the bloodshedding. The bloodshedding is in that part, and that a conversation can. He says that in every court appearance, that he's being held is not helping the opportunity to have a conversation about whatever it is, the unity you are begging for. But you see, Nigeria has a problem. And I've always said, Nigeria has an Igbo problem. And I'm not saying it to please people who are known as Igbos. But the moment they decided to take the action they took in 1967 to 1970, the war, Nigeria, having won that war in their eyes, never forgave the Igbos. That is the reality. And if I were to be president of Nigeria today, the first thing I would do is to head to the Southeast and apologize to them for the war. Part of it is that I'd never participated in it. And I cannot continue to fight a war that I did not engage in. And then ask them, what do we want?
So are you saying that the federal government has, like even before
successive governments,
yes,
they've always had this anger against the Igbos?
There is a secret memo, I don't know where it is located, in government, that whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will overrun. It's a well-known fact. Even our parents, tell us, Igbo. You understand? Some of them even say unconsciously. They even say it on radio shows in this country. So don't let us lie to ourselves, because except we bring this out openly and discuss, it's a taboo that we have refused to discuss.
True.
We are not going to solve the problem. It is the reason why the federal government of Nigeria feels that in 2024, detaining Nnamdi Kanu against all the court orders, against all the court rulings, is the only way to go. You know, I was detained in the DSS place for 5 months.
Yes.
There's nothing there to detain anybody. The place is not even functioning. The DSS headquarters. Yes, is it the same DSS people who are watching BB Nigeria from morning to night? No, it's true now. I was there with them for 5 months. I've said this publicly. So all the institutions in this country are broken down. But let's get back to the reality. One thing I've told people is that you are looking at Igbos as the only people who want to secede. But who in this country today has not mentally seceded from Nigeria?
Mentally seceded.
Who has not left? Except those who are trapped. If anybody in this country is working in a bank and he has 10 million naira and somebody say you can get into Canada, he will leave the next day.
I swear.
Is that not secession? Is it what of secession is that you leave a country, you say to that country goodbye
and not do it again.
You get to the other country, you bow down, you touch the
soil.
The soil. And then you renounce your citizenship of the country you are coming from. Is that not what they call secession? So if you want to look at the number of people that have seceded in that Japa syndrome, there are more than all the Igbos combined together who are asking to leave. And in the process of keeping Nigeria united, we have let go of more citizens than the country should have. Yes.
So you think if they had, because I mean, from the last thing you said now, you say in the process of trying to keep Nigeria united,
yes,
we have let go of more citizens than we should have.
Of course.
So if we had allowed for the division or secession of Nigeria, most of our citizens that are outside would not have been outside.
No, you see, it is not the secession I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
It is what led to the war that we did not address.
Okay.
And what happened after the war. Why is it that Nigeria hasn't been able to overcome the Biafran problem? It's because Nigeria never addressed what the Biafrans were asking for before the war.
What were they asking?
They were asking for to be treated not as second-class citizens in this country. Don't you know what happened, the Cup pogrom in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside the train going down south? Yes, from the north, from the mid, the different parts of the north. Are we ignoring that? So
that happened
before the war. Before the war, that's what they call pogrom. People who were settled, doing well, they were slaughtering them and sending their bodies and their heads inside calabash and sending on trains that was heading
East.
Were they Easterners?
They were Easterners.
Yes,
Why are you asking me? It's there in, go and Google it now. So you expect that will happen, and then there was a war that eviscerated 3 million people.
Wow.
And when the war was over, you just say, oh, nobody was vanquished, nobody was victorious. And then
3 hours.
But you still kept a memo and said, don't trust them.
So that is the end of the show. Here are the comments. So according to Obumneme, said, I swear Nigeria must pay heavily for what they have done to Biafra people. We will make sure they pay it. Both their unborn child will pay for it. Mele Adigwe said, as long as they don't let Biafrans go and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still remains incarcerated, Makachi, there will be no record of good news about Nigeria. They says that, okay, thou says the Lord of hosts. Obin Okoye said, righteousness exalt a nation. No wonder God doesn't answer prayers prayers made over Nigeria, because God cannot change his standard. Nigeria is built in foundations of lies, so it can never ever work. Nigeria is being built on the foundations of lies. Ibe Obinna Victor said, funny and heartbreaking, yet we sit in church and mosque pretending as if nothing happened, praying that God will answer Nigeria prayers to move forward and progress without those being killed. Chai, God have mercy. Ezekiel Etuku said, that is painful truth. We can't sing the Lord's song in a strange land. Uchenna Uri, God bless you, sir, for saying this truth. Obumneme, Nigeria is a expired country. Biafra is the only my hope for now. Okay, my only hope for now. Patrick Anayo, when they say Nigeria will get better, I laugh. Ike Chuku Ibe, this man, I don't know why I like you. I wish you will come as a Nigeria president one day. Okay. Onyemuche Eunice Mpieri said, you have said it all. Chikezie Ihejito 100%, sir. Anyway, my people, now here we go take a break. I beg, make on a like, share, comment, and make sure to keep subscribing to this channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is still remain Amandia Neze, reporting from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Oh yeah, I go leave for now. Bye for now.